Welcome! In this explainer, we're going to see how a simple tool from mathematics can organize even the most chaotic data, making it super easy to understand.
So let's start with a problem that you probably see online every single day.
Imagine you're trying to compare 3 different content creators. You've got all their data, Instagram followers, YouTube subs, video views, but it's all jumbled up like this. It's just a messy list of text and numbers, and it's really difficult to track who's actually doing the best. But what if we just arrange that same information neatly, like this? Suddenly, everything is crystal clear. You can see at a glance who has the most followers or the highest views. This powerful arrangement, this neat little table, is what we call a matrix.
Okay, so let's dive in and really understand what a matrix is and how it works. Now, the official definition from your NCERT textbook might sound a little complex, but don't let it scare you. It's really just a formal way of describing that neat little table of data we just made. It's a grid, that's all.
And a matrix has 2 simple parts. The horizontal lines of data are called rows. Here, each row represents a creator, Amin, Priya, and Rohan. And the vertical lines are the columns, representing the social media stats. It's that simple.
Our matrix here has 3 rows and 3 columns, right? So we say its order is 3 by 3. And this is super important. The number of rows always comes first, always rows by columns. All right, now let's see how we can pinpoint any single piece of data inside the matrix. It's kind of like having an address system. Think of this notation, Aij, as a kind of GPS coordinate for your data. It gives every number a unique address. The I tells you the row number, and the J tells you the column number. Let's try it out. This is asking for the element in the second row, that's Priya's row, and the third column, which is video views. So what's the value of A23?
Exactly! It's Priya's 120,000 video views. See? You're already reading matrices like a pro. It's easier than it looks.
Okay, now that we know how to read a matrix, let's level up and see how we can perform some simple operations on them. Now, what if we wanted to add this month's follower growth to our data? We can totally do that, but there is one golden rule you must check. The matrices must have the exact same order. A 2 by 3 can only be added to another 2 by 3. This is a common place to lose marks in exams, so always check first.
Once you've confirmed the orders are the same, adding them is a piece of cake. You simply add the numbers that are in the same position. The top left number adds to the other top left number, and so on.
Now for a fun scenario. What if a video goes viral and all 3 creators' YouTube subscriber counts double? Well, we don't need a whole new matrix for that. We can just multiply the whole thing by a single number, what we call a scalar. It's that simple. All right, let's move on to matrix multiplication. Now, this is where a lot of students get confused, but don't worry. Here's the trick to make it simple. Forget everything else for a moment. The only thing you need to check first is whether you can even multiply them. The rule is this. The number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So if A is an M by N matrix, B must be an N by P matrix. Those 2 inner numbers have to match. The method we use is called row by column. Let's just break it down for the very first element so it's not overwhelming. You take the first row of the first matrix and the first column of the second matrix. Then you multiply the corresponding elements, and finally, you add up all those results to get just one new element. Finally, let's look at a super simple but very important operation called the transpose. Seriously, this is the easiest one. Think of a transpose like turning your phone from portrait to landscape mode. You're just changing the perspective on the same data by swapping the rows and columns. And this illustrates it perfectly. The first row of the original matrix becomes the first column of the new one. The second row becomes the second column, and so on. And of course, the order also flips from N by N to N by M. You've done great. Let's just do a quick recap of the superpowers you've just learned. Okay, so here are the crucial points. A matrix is just an organizer for messy data. Its order is always rows by columns. Elements are found by their address, Aij. Addition requires the exact same order. Multiplication requires the columns of the first to equal the rows of the second. And transpose just flips the rows into columns. Master these and you've mastered the basics. You now have a powerful tool that helps make sense of the world. So think about it.
What problems in gaming stats or social media trends could you solve with a matrix? Keep practicing, and you'll find them everywhere.